Good morning, Wyndham High. This is kind of a new approach that I'm taking to our weekly emails. I'm also sending out the weekly emails, but I figure it would be nice to attach a face to it and for me to kind of explain what I'm expecting for the week. It is April 6th. I am coming at you live from my office, although you're probably going to watch this later on YouTube. And I wanted to kind of go through the assignments for the week and introduce you to what really is our first summative assessment of this time at home. It's a big week, and I want to make sure everybody understands the expectations. So, first of all, thank you for all the work you've done so far. If you're struggling to get work in, there are a lot of reasons why that's a perfectly legitimate response to this. That said, we're ending the quarter this Friday. Later on this morning, a lot of you will be getting a detailed list of missing work, CC'd to your parents and your guidance counselors, just to make sure we're checking in and making sure you're okay. The end of the quarter is going to be a little flexible, so if you do pass in work after next Tuesday when we're supposed to wrap up our grades, then there's the possibility of still changing your grade after that date. Everybody's trying to be a little flexible here, but try to stay on top of things so you don't get too overwhelmed. And if there's anything at all I can do to help you with that, please let me know. Don't hesitate to reach out. I will say that I had my first empty Zoom meeting on Friday, and these Zoom meetings are a great chance for you to ask questions, to get caught up, and to actually see some friendly faces. This can be really isolating, and I've found that it's been really great to make those connections, even if it's not the same as being there in person. Especially if you're having trouble, I'd really encourage you to take a half hour out of your day. Every day from 11 to 11:30, we're on there, and at the very least, you can get some of the info that you need to succeed. Without further ado, let's look at this page right here. The top priority for some of you is going to be to get that missing work in. Now, the other assignment that we're working on this week is the first part of our muscle dissection scrapbook. Ever since we started this thing, anticipating that we'd probably be out this long, I've been trying to figure out how to do this, and I think this is going to work okay. That said, this is going to be something where you're probably going to have a fair number of questions, and I'll try my best to help you during those Zoom meetings or by email as much as I can. This is kind of next level stuff that we're working on here. It's not the same as the dissection, which I think some of you will actually be pretty relieved about, but it's gonna be a process. So if you do struggle, if there's places where you stumble, don't hesitate to reach out. And again, those Zoom meetings are a great chance to do that. The primary assignment for this week is going to be our muscle dissection scrapbook. I'm going to go ahead and basically what you're going to do here is you're going to have a slide. I'll just go ahead and skip to the first slide here. And there are questions on each slide that you need to answer. My recommendation would be to use this template as it is. Don't try to go rogue and make your own Google Slides presentation. It's all right here for you. Simplify. So you're going to include a photo, a picture, I would say, of the group of muscles that extends the leg at the knee. Now, when I say that, I don't need you to take a picture of your own leg. That would be super creepy. What I want you to do is to find a picture on the internet of the group of muscles that extends the leg at the knee. My advice to figure out what those muscles are, do that motion. The joint assignment you did last week, as well as the short video that I posted, should give you some details as to what extension of the leg at the knee looks like. So do that motion, figure out what muscles tighten up, what muscles get shorter and bigger, because that's what happens to a muscle when it contracts. That's going to be the answer to this question. Then you're going to include the name of that group, and you're going to identify the bone that is the insertion of that muscle group. In terms of origins and insertions, I'm going to need you to look at this video and answer these 4 questions about background information. So do this first. Don't just jump into the presentation itself. I need you to know what the origin of a muscle is. I need you to know what the insertion of a muscle is. And I need you to be able to tell the difference between the two in terms of where they are and in terms of which one moves. I'm intentionally leaving that information out because this video that I've linked to in our presentation really gives you all the information you need. So do that first, and then you'll have the information that you need. So I don't want to ramble on too much more here, but basically you've got in this presentation 8 slides. Basically what I did is I took our usual assignment, which takes us the better part of 3 weeks as a group, and made it an individual assignment and broke it in half. So the 2 things you have to do this week. First, this presentation. Second, on Thursday morning, I am going to email you a link to a Google form that will be a quiz on this section of the scrapbook. And that will be a 10-point quiz just to check in to make sure that you've got the information you need. Do not do that quiz until after you finish this entire presentation. So get this done and hand it in. Ask any questions that you need to ask, and then do the quiz. Both of these assignments are going to count toward 4th quarter. So the 3rd quarter work that you have to do is the work that you were assigned up through last Friday. So your top priority is to get that done. Your next priority is to get started on this. Now, I'm going to give you a word of warning here. This is a summative assessment. This is basically a test. That said, you are on your own. I do not want to see people sharing these documents with each other. I do not want to see assignments that are identical. There may be some pictures in common. There should be some answers in common. But if I have any reason to suspect that somebody took somebody else's presentation and tried to claim it as their own, I'm going to have to dock you some points. You have to understand that we have to have some standards here. If you're struggling, I want to help you, but you need to tell me about that and not take shortcuts. I'm pleading with you to do this the right way. It's very, very important. So I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all finding ways to stay sane in this weird world that we're in. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you soon.